All right, Shalom. We're going to start by saying, call law, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honor to the Apostle of Israel, a.k.a. the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, there's something I came across. A brother posted, and I looked up the article because I seen where it was at. It was in Spain, and I'm going right into it. It's from Fox Weather, July 7th, so that was a couple of days ago. I believe like 2 or 3 days ago. What exactly is today's date? Yeah, so that's the 10th. Okay, so it says flash flooding turns streets into rapids in northeastern Spain. Now, for the record, being that Spain is a land where a lot of our oppressors and the people that had us in captivity originated from, and where they were at, where they got into the prime of their rulership, says volumes onto what this storm did to that region of the world. Because you gotta think about this: the Borgias, they were from Spain. Columbus, these guys, they were of Spaniard descent. Europe, that was a place where they was at. You know, it was Spain. So it says local authorities and several water rescues took place, but did not report any fatalities during the flash flood event. Now, being that they said, all right, there's no fatalities, but people were we had some crazy flood a couple years ago ourselves in this part of the world in America. But they said it was like 4 inches per hour. And I'm gonna read it. This is in Zaragoza, Spain. A supercell thunderstorm that moved through northeastern Spain produced torrential rainfall, hail, and turned streets into raging rivers on Thursday, leading to water rescues. So that was this past Thursday. It says video from Aragon region showed cars being swept down streets by fast-moving runoffs. And cars. I don't think we seen cars. And the storm we had, stars wasn't floating around like they said here. It says one of the hardest hit areas appears to be the city of Zaragoza, which has an estimated population of more than 650,000 residents. 650,000 people just affected by this storm. But let's read. So it says, that's what it said earlier. It said, according to Spain's state meteorological agency, it says rain fell at a rate of more than 4 inches per hour. Yeah, I was right. It says rain fell at a rate of more than 4 inches per hour in Zaragoza and nearby Alcanis. Barrage of storms into Europe, smashing all-time hail records. All-time hail records. It says the mayor of Zaragoza said now that's interesting. Now we gotta look up that land. It says the mayor of Zaragoza said the quick response by firefighters and police prevented serious injuries. So what's going to happen when that's not going to be able to be done? This is not it. This is not over. The Lord is going to continue to jack Esau up, no matter what region of the world he's in. Especially in a region like Spain. We was brought into captivity in Spain. They took Gad and Reuben to Spain. How you think the northern tribes are speaking Spanish now? The Spaniards. But okay, and reading on it says, and what sort of deployed to deal with the aftermath of the disaster. It says, I walked through one of the most damaged areas in Venice Park and was able to chat with many affected who said they feared for their lives and were in disbelief of what happened, Mayor Natalia Chueca stated. So it says that they feared for their lives and were in disbelief of what happened. So I mean, they were horrified, they were scared, and it was like they couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable to them. And that's the power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's what our God does. Our God handles that department too. He handles every department. Where was your gods in Spain? Where's your God? I'm going to look up what they follow in Spain too. I think they probably, along the line of Christianity and things of that nature. But I want to see in depth. I want to see what they celebrate. What's the God in Zaragoza? What is it? Zaragoza. Okay, so continuing on, it says the local government said damage surveys were still underway, but millions of dollars in repair work would be needed following the storm. Millions of dollars in repair work. Now, I guess they got it because he didn't make it seem like it was a thing or ask them for assistance. So continuing on, it says just hours after the flash flooding, crews were seen removing mud and other debris from streets during cleanup efforts. Severe storms during the summer are not a rare sight across the continent, with significant hail, damaging winds, and even tornadoes. It said the European Severe Storms Laboratory said many of the 8,224 large hail reports in 2022 occurred during the season. And said in August 2022, a massive hailstorm struck northeastern Spain, killing a person and injuring 50. So the Lord got a hell of a controversy with Spain. Okay, that was it. So, basically, they got jacked up. Yes, that's no video. I thought they said it was a video. All right. So we're going to go into the scriptures. I'm going to get into the point, but, I'm going to get into the chapter of Isaiah chapter 29, but I'm going to get into what's going on with Esau and what's happening, how he's experiencing this. It reads, it says, this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, thou shalt be visitor of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of a devouring fire. So that's all the things coming to America, but that's also something that was promised on Israel. Because you got to remember, when the Lord said that Jacob is the beginning of Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, it means just that. But you got to remember too, before Esau got into rulership and when Jacob was ruling, Jacob was told of how he was going to lose rulership and how he was going to go down. And this is actually addressed to Jerusalem. This is actually addressed to our people. But now you go, remember, what did the Lord say in the book of Lamentations? It says, what, the punishment of the punishment of thy iniquity, O daughter of Zion, is accomplished. Now, O daughter of Edom, the cup shall pass unto thee. So now we're seeing, we got it, and now they about to get it. That's how it goes. So you have some scriptures where in some instances it's talking to Israel, the nation, getting jacked up, but then you could flip it sometimes and equate it to these heathens getting jacked up. Because all of what we got is what they should be going through anyway. You understand? So really they're the ones living, we're all living out of course, but they're the ones living out of course, but in a better position. We're living out of nature's course at a lower position. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going up to verse 1. So now, so scratch that. Now I'm going to the chapter in general because I was reading the chapter and it spoke volumes and it was kind of impactful. So I'm going to it. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 29. We start at the top, verse 1. Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt. Add ye near year to year, let them kill, sacrifice. Now the word Ariel is synonymous with Jerusalem. So when you see Ariel, it's addressed to us, Israel. Okay. Verse 2, it says, yet I will distress Israel. Yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be heaviness and sorrow. And it shall be unto me as Ariel. And it says, and I will camp against thee round about, and I will lay siege against thee with the mount, and I will raise forts against thee. And thou shalt be brought down, and thou shalt speak out of the ground, and thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as of one that hath a familiar spirit. That's an evil spirit. Out of the ground, and thy speech shall whisper out of the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible one shall be as chaff that passes away, yet it shall be at an instant suddenly. Verse 6, it says, thou shalt be visitor of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of the devouring fire. And verse 7, and this is where it gets good. And it says, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, so that fight against us, okay, it says, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision. You see that? It's a be as a dream of a night vision. So a dream of a night vision, you have dreams, right? So let's go into depth more. So now we got verse 8, and it reads, now, keep on, it's addressed to the other nations now. It says, it shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh. So he had a dream, he's eating, and he was hungry. He went to sleep, had a dream, he was eating. And it says, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint. So that you dream you had a drink, you dream you had some food, but when you woke up, it was the same. And it says, he dreamed, he awaketh, and behold, he is faint. And it says, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. So fight against Mount Zion. So these people are going to be hungry, and they're going to dream as if they're over us. They gonna dream. Remember, that means Esau might have, it's funny, like think about it, like Esau having a dream that like he go to sleep in our Canaan, right? He's in our Canaan. He's getting ruled over Jacob, and the Lord, he has a dream. Cause remember, Satan gonna be in the midst of these devils, man, fucking with him. Like how he's doing with us, he gonna be doing that to the other nations, man. I remember how the elders always brought that out. But check this out. So imagine an Edomite or even his other nations, they have a dream that they not in slavery and that they over the nation of Israel. It said, and his soul have appetite, so shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. So it says what? He have a dream of a night vision. It said, it should be as a man that, behold, it should be a man, it should even, verse 8, it says, it shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth. So he dreaming, he's eating. But he awaketh and his soul is empty. So he awaketh and he's still hungry. He still need it. He still need it. He's still in need. Okay? And that's exactly how it's going to be with Esau and these other nations, man. They're going to dream of a time where, especially Esau, man, especially you, Esau, it's going to be a time where you elites, when you, the ones that's ruling now, you're going to be under the nation of Israel, and you have a dream that you still ruling. And you're going to wake up, and you're going to wake up to affliction. You're going to wake up to double the recompense. You understand that? That goes to all you elite Idumeans, man. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how many Israelites the Lord allows you to kill, through the power and spirit and the strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, your time is done, man. It said, "Oh, now, O daughter of Edom, the cup shall pass unto thee." It's about to be your turn. So yeah, do what you do. Be an evil motherfucker. Do all of that, man. Just know you still at your latter end, man. But you know what? The Lord is so bad that he got these devils thinking that their houses shall continue forever. And he's seeing his houses not continue forever. He's seeing less of his houses. And they're seeing these things, and they like, the Lord still has that false sense of pride and that false sense of security that this place is still going to continue and dwell forever. That it's just going through a rough patch right now, and then somehow it's going to get out of it, man. No, this place is going to get out of it when it's burned up by the devouring fire. Okay? It says, verse 9, it says, "Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink." Now, that's talking to our people, man. Because our people seeing these things too, and they going in the way of the heathen. They're going in the way of heathen because they see the thing, they hear the prophets, they see the prophets, they see what's going on. They understand a little bit what's going on. They have that zeal, but not according to knowledge. But yet they still are in the direction of trying to still make it in this place. Still thinking that this place is the end all be all. Still thinking that this place is where society shall be forever. That we're going to be over here forever and that we're never going to have the upper hand. How is that so? You're seeing the people that oppressed us lose their rulership day by day in the land of our captivity. Now, of course, the Lord going to get these other Edomites in the other parts of the world, in Europe and whatnot. But let's talk about here, the daughter of Babylon. That city, that great city that sat and said that she shall not experience loss of children or widowhood. And she's experiencing all that, man. The daughter of Babylon, these Edomites in America, and they're seeing their kingdom go to shit. They're seeing the Edomite younger generation go to shit. Everybody just all about the transmissions and the transitions and all of that, man. Oh, man, that hurt these people's feelings. To talk to this group, you gotta say this a certain thing and say this a certain thing, man. Where's that in the scriptures, man? In God we trust. Ain't that a slogan y'all say in America? In God we trust. Well, now you gotta think about what God y'all talking about, because it can't be Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Because if you did fear him and you did trust him, you would follow his laws, statutes, commandments. So what God are you entrusting in? You trusting in Satan, man. You trusting in yourself. Okay, but now but every day the Lord is showing you that you're nothing but a man and a base of men. You're the base of men. So when that time comes, you will lose and you will fall hard. Okay? Verse 10, and it reads, "For the Lord have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered." Put on deep sleep. They're blinded. The seers, the pastors you do have out there that are reverence as men of the Lord, they're not teaching nothing. They're blinded. They're part of the deceived. And they were deceived by that penny, man, by that money. Because what it said, to them that teach for filthy lucre's sake, man. You teaching to get paid. We're not teaching to get paid. We teaching to get the kingdom, the everlasting kingdom that can't be bought with money. That's going to come from heaven through Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what they said, store your treasures in heaven. Ain't nothing here for an Israelite man, especially an Israelite man in the truth. You still got our people that's of the nation of Israel, of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but still want to stay here in America and just want to make it work here. And if they make it work here, that somehow these devils will still or like him and it'll be peaceful. It'll never be peaceful. It'll never be coexistent. One people have to rule over the other. And the Lord had it to where Jacob's going to rule over Esau. So since Esau is ruling right now, everything is still not in its natural course. But the Lord is slowly but surely destroying Esau's kingdom, and he's going to bring it back to its right course, to the proper way of things, the days of old. Okay? And it says, verse 11, it says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. So he has learned, but the book is sealed. Okay, now going on, it says, verse 12, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. So it's people that are not learned or that cannot, or it is sealed, that you can't get to it. But who obtained it first? The elect. The elect obtained it, man. The elect are those names that the Lord said he's going to confess in front of his Father and the holy angels, man. Yahawashi is going to confess that man, that soul, that spirit in front of his Father. That's what we working for. That's what we achieve. That's what we're trying to achieve, man. I don't give a fuck about nothing here. What is here? Ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing here but bills and heartache. Heartache, adultery, idolatry, bestiality, all this wickedness. There's nothing but wickedness here, man. Everything that the Lord said he hates and he does despises is done here and esteemed very high at that. Okay? It says, verse 13 says, wherefore the Lord said, for so much as this people draw near me with their mouth. So, you got these people that draw, our people, Israel, draw near me with their mouth. So they talking a good game. And it says, and with their lips do honor me. So with their lips, they do honor me. That's talking about back then when they had the Lord's name. Now they don't even have the Lord's name. They call him a whole nother entity, man. They calling him that Christ. They calling him Jesus, man. Well, his name ain't Jesus, man. His name is Yahawashi. The Father's name is Yahawah. Yahawah, Hebrew, I am. He is Bahasham in the name of Yahawashi, who is the deliverer, man. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's the name that will help you. That's the name that holds weight. Jesus Christ don't hold no weight. Did you not get the memo of all these years of praying to Jesus, and what has it done for you? Diddly squat. I could tell you how much praying to the name Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi and doing what's pleasing to them has helped my life. That ain't the precept of men, man. That's Yahawah, that's from heaven. That's of the Holy Spirit. So you see the men out there, starting with the apostles of GMS on down, you see men like that preaching Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, you have to understand that, man, that's not of man. That's not the precepts of men. Now you have people that have disagreements with each other, whatever, that is of men. When we talk about the pure doctrine, is to be pushing Yahawashi. Okay? Verse 14, it says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. That's this whole world, man, but starting with the false ones, man. And it's happening right now, man. Nobody reverencing these motherfuckers like Jesse Jackson. Well, they're old as dirt. But these leaders, man, nobody's reverencing these leaders like that. Yeah, talking again, yeah, whatever. Back to the bullshit. This is over, man. Everybody's hip to the game. Everybody's hip to the deception. The cat is out the bag. Nobody trying to hear them soft words anymore. And the ones that are trying to hear those soft words, man, they whatever. But the Lord has the truth out. The Lord has his prophets out all the time. The names Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi being pushed on a daily basis. The name that are dreadful among the heathen, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. The hell with the daughter of Babylon is done here. America is finished. Babylon is fallen. It is fallen. That great city, that great whore. And it says, verse 15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us, man. That goes across the whole board, man. Starting with 2/3 of our people, mainly to you Edomites, man, because you're the ones empowered. Okay, at this time when Israel was getting talked about, Israel was in prosperity, in the time of prosperity. Now you're in the time of your prosperity, or so it was. Now the prosperous times are dying down. And you doing things in the dark. Israel was doing the same thing, but now you're doing the same thing too. Everything Israel did going off or not, Esau doing 100 times worse. Okay? And then some. It says, verse 16, it says, surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as potter's clay. So what? This whole transmission thing, man. Oh, he said he feels like he's this. She says she's this, that, and the third. But you were born what you were born. And they got everybody, they got the women ruling, they got all this shit that's just ass backwards, man. That's why this place is daughter of Babylon, confusion. Nothing but confusion here. Okay? It says, verse 16 says, surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, which it has been. It says, for shall the work say of him that made it. Say to him that made it, he made me not. So that's like something that a clay made. Like we're like clay in a sense, and the Lord is the clay maker. And basically saying that why says for shall the work say of him that made it. So the clay creation going to say to the creator what? He made me not. He can't. It says, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. No, that can't happen. So reading on. Hold up. There was another. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 19 because here is where it gets good. I want to. The whole chapter is good, but I want to stick to certain points. So I'm jumping down to verse 19, and it reads: the meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. So who the meek of the earth, man? The prophets, because the prophets ain't here living luxury lives. The prophets are living just enough to, get by, get their day-to-day daily bread, man. So got some brothers that got nice whatever, but it's nothing sustainable here. It's nothing here for us that we like, yo, I'm leaving this here for a legacy to come. No. It says, verse 20 says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. And who is the main terrible one, man? You Edomites, man. Starting with you elites, man. You are the terrible one, man. And you're going to be brought to naught. First, Israel was brought to naught because they was bugging in their prosperity. They was going off. But now you never had the law, statute, commandments. You never followed the law, statute, commandments of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So that's why the Lord going to give you double, because he hates you. Vessel fitted for dishonor. It says what? It says a scorner and concern and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. So all that looking for evil shit, all that, it's all going to be cut off, man. The Lord said he's going to cut off wickedness out the earth. Okay? It says, verse 21, it says, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Woo! It says that make a man an offender for a word. Oh, now they saying you got to call somebody a certain thing, or you just consider hate speech. Or you got to call this person because they feel that they're this. They identify with this. There's a bunch of madness, man. That's how this is the daughter of Babylon for sure, man. No other country's doing this, man. No other country's doing this whole war shit with the, No other nation is doing that, man. Verse 22, and here's where it gets the last three verses. And this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 22. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. Now, that's talking first and foremost with the elect on even this side. But in the kingdom, oh, man, forget about it. The kingdom is going to be up all day, every day, forever. Everlasting life and righteousness. Because they think there's going to be everlasting life to be like this. That's what this world thinks. No. This place is brought to naught already. This is already a laughing stock in the world. This place is already done. It says, verse 23, it says, but when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Israel. Sanctify my name, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And it says, sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel. You should fear the God of Israel right now, man. That's how you prove that the Lord is dealing with you, man. You have to fear the Lord. The first thing to loving the Lord is fearing him. There's no greater respect, no greater thing than fear, man. You fear him because look what he is. Look what Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is, man. He said through him all things exist. He's the Father of spirits, man. How could you not fear that? You are nothing but a spirit and flesh. Okay? It says, verse 24, and here's the end of it. It says, they also that err in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmur shall learn doctrine. So that's even when the 2/3 and all that, when they come back in the reincarnation over time, it's going to be all love and it's going to be all good, even though they're going to have some everlasting shame and contempt. But at the end of the day, they still going to be in the the ruling class nation. They're going to be in a nation that's ruling the world, which is the nation of Israel, the house of Jacob. So, with that, hopefully this is edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kagadash. Double honor to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.